Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. For having us in, Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go here in New Orleans. From the 6, here comes the return. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Come on.
The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
It's a gain of 1. Brings up 2nd and
5. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, here's Milroe. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just that little extra second you allow your wide receiver to continue to work open by the ability to move the pocket. Buy time with your feet, but remain a passer.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. He did not want to go down there. Carrying tacklers, it's a gain of 9.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And they bring them down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready.
They'll run the draw with Walker. He steers clear of the first tackler, working his way forward for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the 25, here's second down and 6.
60 Eagles.
From the gun, it's Milroe. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. Out of the gun, it's Milroe. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
That's another Seahawks first down.
Come on.
First and goal, Seattle.
19 Tiger.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to 16. Aiden Hutchinson into double figures now. That is sack number 10 on the year.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
First down was not very good. Here's second and goal.
60 Bison.
To the air, it's Milroe. This one caught at the floor. And he will score! Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, Seahawks. That his second TD catch of the season. Now, for the point after. He's got it, and the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Saints nothing. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
From the 43, here's second and a couple.
Check. 19. Check. Bobcat. 79 Bronco.
Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Saints first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Set to go now on first and 10.
19 Lions. Buffalo 8. 7 Pirates. 7.
They'll look to throw. It's Xavier Worthy. And the They'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Here we go. Dragons. 60.
Now they'll set up to throw. And they'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins, as they go to work on 1st and goal.
Ready?
Here's a designed run. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
They get away from their running back down here near the goal line, Mike. They change it up. They give the ball to their wide receiver. He gets stuffed. Not a lot of space to operate down here.
Mustang 19. Go.
Now this time he'll set up to throw. Over the top. He's got it. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown Saints. And touchdown lucky number 13 on the season.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
Milrow. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication.
A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Howden.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. He'll manage only a couple. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch. Now, this looks like a design run. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
19, Tiger, 19.
A handoff, running left. This is Warren. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll take it on in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. He knocks it through. Saints will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14. Seahawks 7.
Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Panther streak. Get it.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
18 Cardinal, 18, go.
Now Milrow. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. action. It's Milroe taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Seattle.
It's a gain of 10.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Milroe gonna throw it again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now Seattle's going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Here's first and 10.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Man in motion, heading right.
Ready.
Throwing again, it's Milroe. He's got it! And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Give him 27, and it's first and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Go! Panther Street! Panther Street!
Walker. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. It's back at the 8 now for second and goal.
Get it! Bronco 80! Warrior 70!
Motion man is Rice.
Go!
Here's Milroe to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That is brought in. And he will score. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown Saints. Second touchdown for him in the game. Number 14 on the year. Groupie now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Saints have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. He fields it at the 8. Uh-oh. This will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. They go play action now with Milrow. Exiting the pocket right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
60 Maverick, back to 60, back to 60.
On first down, it's Milrow. Going up top. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there's a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board, and there's an element of instincts, there's an element of understanding offensive game plan, and then at the end of the day, you've got to have the speed and the ball skills to get to the ball and contest as many throws as you can. The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
So, after two straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10.
There you go. Panther, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 19 tight, 19 tight.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Hold it ready.
Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 50.
65, 18 Redwood, 18 Redwood. Go.
Again, it's Milrow. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half. quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught down the field. It's worthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Open is the tight end, Terrence Ferguson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and the first down. A run up the middle with Warren. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
70 range. Let's go now.
Once again, it's Warren. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On the jump. Ready.
We'll try and run the option left. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Here's Blake Groupie for the Saints. A field goal try. His kick is good. And the Saints going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This fielded at about the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Ready. Touch Cougar 19. Ready.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 1.
Ready. 18 Cardinal.
Once again, it's Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 19 Tiger. 16 Tiger. 60 Eagles. Ready.
We'll try and run it with Walker. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Going to depend on It looks like he is short.
It's fourth down.
So it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. This will be returnable from his own 15. And some nifty running on the return to get some good yardage before he was taken down.
30-yard line.
On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He was taken down by Devon Clark. It's a pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
I got you. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll throw out of the gun. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And he will go all the way. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, New Orleans. They find the end zone through the air. Greg, that is one of the most popular plays because it works so often.
You're right, Mike. We see it all the time. It's a 4 vertical concept. But the key is you've got to stretch the defense and put pressure on the secondary. That's exactly what they were able to do here. They take advantage, and they go deep for 6.
Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Milroe now off the bootleg. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Milroe. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On 3rd down, Milroe. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Howden. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, New Orleans.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now we see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's Warren. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal.
Liking 18.
One more time with Warren. Stop at the 6. And that sets up 3rd and goal.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Low. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he will dive into the end zone. 89 yards. Touchdown. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
To throw here to begin the drive. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
7 Pirates, 70 Lions, Mustang 19.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. To the right side to Olave. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Gain of 10 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have...
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Emanwari.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
19 tight. Buffalo, Mustang 19.
Off the play fake, here's Millward. Oh, the ball's out. Looked like one of the Seahawks was in there and did keep the ball with Seattle.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
Here's 2nd down.
Cut 19. Bronco 80. Riggs. 7 Pirates. Go.
From the gun, it's Milrow. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And the story of the game has really been the inability of the offensive line to keep this pass rush away from the quarterback, and it's a big reason they find themselves here trailing in the fourth quarter. So as they turn to this passing game to try to mount a comeback, they've got to do a better job protecting the quarterback.
the 6.
Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long.
70.
They'll try and throw for it with Milrow. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked up by the former Sooner, Danny Stutzman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
On the handoff, this is Warren. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 5-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Let's go.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to go backward, take him down at the 6.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
And he will be taken down. You'll see, if they want to use those timeouts, this one is about done.
Let's go now.
3rd and goal.
70 Lions.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the Saints. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.